Good morning to each and every one of you. Just checking to make sure the mic's working. Yes, it is. Here we are. How quick are these weeks going? Look, honestly, it was just like it's disappearing so fast, which means that we really do have to make the most of every moment that we have. And I know there are still so many of us out there struggling with, morning Del, with our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions. And I want to talk today a little bit more about our language, the language that actually comes out of our mouth to ourselves, talking to ourselves and others as you're maybe telling them what you're doing and explaining things. The stuff that comes out of our mouth truly is a really good indication to what you've got going on inside. And I think most of you that have been with me now since we started the group, or maybe if you are new, good morning, Helen, go back and watch some of the guides if you haven't done so. So if you are new, go back into the guide section, which is at the top, go in there and go through the guides, okay? That will start to build a picture. So what we're doing is we're building a picture. We're building a picture of how we end up being the people that we are as we get older. Because when we're young, we're quite resilient, we're quite open-minded, but again, of course, that depends on the type of household that you came from. We all come from different households, brought up in different manners, so we all end up with different things by the time we get a little older. I'll just call them things because it's so varied. So our language. So what I want you to think about is changing things like, because we tend to say, oh, I hope. I really hope. I hope that blah happens. But what you're throwing out there with using I hope is wishy-washy. It's a wishy-washy statement, which means the chances of you getting that, if you're just sitting there hoping and you're saying I hope, is little chance of that will happen because you're certainly not giving yourself that confidence when your body and your brain hears you say that. It makes a massive difference. So we'd want to change that to I know. Even if you say, I hope I get that promotion, something like that. You have to give that statement some certainty. Like, I know I'm going to get that promotion. My mum would often say to me, I don't know how you do it, Leslie, but you always get what you want. But I always went in with that certainty. I went in with a certainty that that thing was going to happen for me. Mum would say, oh, don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up. It might not happen. Yeah, okay, it may not. But giving it that positive spin and that energy. So remember, emotions are energy in motion. And I want to talk a little bit more about that maybe today, but definitely next week, because it is completely relevant to whether we make that change or we stay the same. Yes? We'd also want to change I need. Good morning, Tammy. We also want to change I need this, I need that. When we're throwing out there, we're throwing out this I need. That intention, remember our intentions have to match the emotions. So we'd want to change I need to I'm abundant. Those positive statements, whether you believe it or not, but I will go into this a little bit more in this morning. I need. No, you're abundant. You already have what you need, so I'm abundant. Having that abundancy mindset, whether you have everything that you want or not, is completely irrelevant. If you want to make changes in your life, we have to change not only the way we think, but the language that comes out of our mouth as well. So I will put some bigger notes in once I load this on properly. I'll put some more notes on there. So I do suggest you go back and read what I put in there, because I will expand on some of this stuff just a little bit. Okay, so I can, or I can't do that yet. I cannot and can't are the same thing. I can't do that yet, but I'm sure that I can when I give it enough practice. We tend to be really negative with some things, yeah? We just put a stop on ourselves and say, nope, that's not going to happen. I do not believe that I can do that. Well, guess what? You won't be able to. The emotion that we feel is energy, emotion. It produces frequency, and I want to talk more about that in the next couple of weeks, because some of the stuff that I've been studying and reading is absolutely mind-blowing, and it will really bring home why we feel people. Yeah? Anyway, I won't go into that today. I will not go into that today. So, for us to change ourselves and what comes to us. You know how some people they say, I just don't seem to have any luck. Everything I touch breaks. Everything I do falls to pieces. Well, there can be a really simple reason for that. What are we putting out? Is what we are saying and what we are portraying out into the world, what we are saying to ourselves when we're on our own. I'm going to say that again because this is a big one. Is what you're portraying out to the world and what you're saying out to the world in alignment with how you think about yourself. If you're portraying you are a confident person who goes out there and strives for everything, but on the inside you are saying to you, I can't do this, I'm useless, I'm not worthy of this. How's anybody going to believe me? I'm crap, I'm this, I'm that. Are you self-sabotaging yourself is the point that I'm getting to without actually realising it. So we've got to catch ourselves in these moments, because the words that you think and say, they shape your reality. The reason that some people just seem to have bad luck after bad luck, they're probably manifesting that for themselves with the intention not matching the emotion, the feelings. Because if what you're saying but is not matching what you're feeling, then there's a mismatch there, and your body knows that. It knows that there is a mismatch there. But you're trying to convince yourself that I can do all these things, but if that thought doesn't match the feeling, it's thought and feeling. If the thought doesn't match the feeling, I really wanted to get that point home today. And here's something else. It's a really simple tool that you can use to stop yourself from self-sabotaging yourself. As I've discussed in the past, these little neuronal packages that we create with our thought process of the past. Remember, you go back to the physiological stage that you were in whenever that bad thing happened to you in the past. Your body biologically goes back there. Physiologically, it will produce the same stress hormones and give you that gut feeling and all of those things. Your body doesn't know that it was 20 years ago. It will react the same way it did 20 years ago. So you can imagine that. You keep putting yourself through that stress all the time. So as soon as your mind starts to go down that pathway, remember it's the pathway, as soon as it starts to go, you go stop. Actually say stop. And then out loud, I want you to say the word change. because that's what you need to do. You have to stop your mind from going there. Look, there's other skills and tools that you need to combat that, but that's why I'm here. Yeah, that's why if you need a session with me, please book yourself in. Stop going on Groundhog Day. Like I said last week, are you waking up and are you having exactly the same thoughts every morning? Well, guess what? And you're hoping for a different day. You're hoping your day will turn out different, but you get up and you do exactly what you did yesterday, both in thought and movement. Your day will end up the same as it did the day before and the day before. So having that, as soon as that thought comes in, stop. Actually say to yourself, stop. And then say the word change out loud. Got to say it out loud. Yeah? Something has to give at some point. You can't get up and do the same thing every day and expect your life to change. It won't. It can't. Next week, I'm going to go into why you feel people, and more of this will start to make more sense when we understand. Now remember, all of this that I give you is all science-based. It all comes from specialists in this field. It's either from a course or books that I've read. So I'm doing all of this stuff for you so that I can then help you through this. Because the more you stay in that stress, the more you can't heal. Your body cannot heal when you are in a constant fight and fright. And with some of the other ones I've discussed, are you still in fight and fright? What does that feel? What does that look like? So that's where you need to go and have a look at some more of the guides. Yeah, we're building a picture here. In the meantime, feel free to reach out to me, whether it be for movement, yeah, the movement based, or for that mental health. Either chronic pain. I can help people out of chronic pain. So anyway, a little bit of a short one this morning, but powerful all the same. So when your mind starts to go down that pathway that you don't want it to go, say to yourself, stop and change. Actually say the word change and then take your mind somewhere else. You have to have that alternative place to go here. Otherwise you just keep going back there. Whoop, whoop, back it goes. Pull it back, keep pulling it back in. Rein yourself back into yourself. Focus on your breath. When you're doing that breath, okay, you can't really think of anything else. Full breath in and actually count them and get that body back into your parasympathetic nervous system. Right, that's what all this stuff does. It takes you in and out of different systems of your body. It's learning what to do with your body, yeah, and how we control thought, then the emotion, and then the physiological changes that happen within the body. That's how we get control. Am I fully healed and fully in control? Do I still need to use these skills and tools? Absolutely I do. Because the world is full of people that are going to challenge you. They're going to challenge you every day. Yeah? You are going to think to yourself, oh, they are making me feel like this. No, they're not. They're making themselves feel like that. It's up to you whether you join in or not. We've talked about this before. Anyway, if you're new, please go back and watch the guides. If you've watched this on replay, which most of you do, please hashtag replay. I sometimes get up to 300 people watch it, but only maybe a couple of people comment. It makes a big difference to me to know what you got out of this as well. So please add something in the comments. I like to know how we're all thinking and feeling about these things that I'm sharing with you, and whether you use them and then what happens. Talk to me, please. Anyway, have an awesome rest of your Monday. Looks like it's going to be another beautiful day, and I will see some of you really, really soon in our live class. Good morning, Tracy, but we've finished. So I'm afraid you'll have to go back and watch the replay. I'll be posting this right now. Have an awesome rest of your day. Remember, catch it, stop, change. We can't make a change unless we actually have some skills and tools to change. Okay, don't keep going around in Groundhog Day. my dears. Have a lovely day, and I'll see everyone very, very soon. Bye.